You are watching Dark Frames, where horror stories come to life without the nightmares. Today we're recapping The Fly, 1986. The movie that proves science is gross, love is tragic, and Jeff Goldblum should never be allowed near teleportation pods. We meet Seth Brundle, a quirky, brilliant scientist who probably smells like coffee and failure. He meets Veronica, a journalist played by Gina Davis, at a science convention. He lures her back to his lab apartment hybrid with promises of revolutionizing science. Classic nerd move. Turns out he's built a pair of teleportation pods. So far, they can move inanimate objects, but living tissue, not so much. The results have been, let's say, inside-out baboon. Veronica starts documenting his work. She records his breakthroughs, interviews him on camera, and genuinely supports his vision. They also start sleeping together because it's the 80s, and science is an aphrodisiac. Seth gets the pods to finally work on a living creature. First, a baboon survives. Then he decides to test it on himself. Great idea. Nothing ever goes wrong when you jump into untested sci-fi equipment while tipsy and emotionally unstable. Unbeknownst to him, a housefly sneaks into the pod. Brundle teleports, and when he comes out, he feels great. Better than great. Stronger. Healthier. Sexier. Jeff Goldblum, but shredded. At first, it seems like a superpower. He's lifting furniture, climbing walls, doing gymnastics in tight jeans, and eating donuts like a raccoon. But then things get twitchy. He becomes hyper, aggressive, and obsessed with purity. He wants Veronica to teleport, too. She declines, because she's not insane. Then the physical changes start. His skin gets bad, like horror bad. Teeth fall out, fingernails peel. He starts growing coarse hairs in weird places. He vomits on his food to digest it, an ability he demonstrates with grotesque glee. He's mutating, becoming something else. Veronica discovers what happened with the fly. She tells him, but he's already halfway to insect. He calls himself Brundlefly. He also starts storing body parts in jars as they fall off, like teeth, ears, and fingernails. It's a DIY horror museum. Veronica finds out she's pregnant. Not great timing. She has a nightmare about giving birth to a squirming maggot. The fear of what might be growing inside her is more terrifying than anything Brundlefly has become. She considers getting an abortion, and Brundlefly does not take it well. He kidnaps her and tries to fuse himself with her and the baby in a new teleportation experiment. His logic is, if I can't be human anymore, maybe I can be part of a family? Her ex-boyfriend, Stathis, the human mustache, shows up just in time to get his hand and foot melted off by Brundlefly's acid puke. It's as disgusting as it sounds, and then some. Brundlefly climbs into one pod, Veronica in the other, but she breaks free. The computer tries to merge Brundle with the pod itself. It works. Kinda. He emerges as a grotesque man-machine insect hybrid, his final, pitiful form. Crawling, deformed, and barely alive, he silently begs Veronica to kill him. She does, with a shotgun, and it breaks her heart. The Fly is tragic body horror at its best, equal parts gross and heartbreaking. Jeff Goldblum gives a career-defining performance as a man who literally falls apart. And for once, the science guy doesn't save the world. He just loses himself. Subscribe to Dark Frames for more horror recaps every Friday. The science may be fictional, but the trauma is very real.